Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the two Dum Yinzers. It's episode 330. Mike, we are just 94 short days away from the Steelers season opener against the San Francisco 49ers. 94 days. I'm going to give it for the Pittsburgh. Give me yours. Mine is Chad Brown, the inside linebacker from the 90s.
That's who I was going to go with. Chad Brown. Who else could it have been other than Chad?
It could be
Brown?
Lawrence Timmons. Timmons could have been on there, but
I
did go with Chad Brown. He had the snakes. Timmons. How can you not like the snakes?
How can you not? And how did I forget Lawrence Timmons was 94?
I know. Welcome back, everybody. We've got a lot of things going on today. A lot of things sports, some things not. Mike, did you see this big fire up in Canada?
I'm smelling the big fire from up in Canada.
I seen clips of New York City yesterday midday, and it was like you were looking at it through night vision goggles. Like it was
it's bad, man.
Orange. It looked like a night vision goggles scene. It was insane. I've never seen New York.
No. It's a big old wildfire spreading across Canada, and it's coming down into the U.S. and it's just spreading all over the place. I know this, like, a couple weeks ago, or maybe last month, like I think over in Canada, over in Alberta, they had wildfires as well. And one of the guys I follow on Twitter is from there, and he was posting pictures, and it looks exactly the same. Like, air quality's nasty. It's wild, dude.
Derby, are you getting that where you're at? Are you getting the smell? You getting the?
It was bad for one day, and then it just.
Really?
Yeah. It was bad one day, but it's decent. Okay.
I would like to see like some upstate New York shots. I want to see some upstate New York, like before it even gets down to New York City and Manhattan. I want to see like where it would be really bad. If this is what it's like in New York.
Yeah, because they were showing.
In the city.
Yeah, I saw some pictures on Twitter. Like this lady, she posted outside of her window, like, here's what it looks like today. Here's what it looked like, a couple weeks ago, and it's night and day. It's like what someone's like, man, someone put on the filter that Americans use when they film in the Middle East. Is what it looks like, Well,
right.
You know that filter I'm talking about, that Middle East / Mexico filter. Yeah, that movies has.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. They cancel games in baseball. That's just it's wild. I have never seen these wildfires in Canada like this.
Me either. It's crazy, and hopefully, they can get taken care of, because like where we're at, I'm not affected a lot by it, but I could just imagine being real close to it, how that's affecting your day-to-day life. And
I seen some of the images, some graphics this morning, and it looked like a lot of it's going to be coming down straight down our way shortly, opposed to everything just kind of blowing out east. It looked like a lot of the fucked up air is going to be coming straight down into western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio.
This is the first strike in the Canadian America War.
They're finally stepping. They're
stepping in. We have the Geneva Conventions because Canada was so dirty during World War I, and I think this is what they're doing. They're going to send the smoke down here, get us all sick, and then they're just going to come in and take over.
Yeah.
I got my eyes on you, Trudeau. They're all upset. We got Kyle Dubas, and this is their reaction.
Yeah. Derpy, good morning.
Good morning.
So happy you can join us today. We were going to require a meeting with your mother, but Mike really fought for it, and he really wanted to bring the hammer down. But I stepped in and I said, you know what? He could have a second strike. Mike actually wanted to bend you over his knee and tan your hide, is what he wanted to do.
I told you that in confidence.
But I fought for you, Derby, like an attorney. I stepped in, and it was dirty. It was hair gouging, eye gouging, nut punching.
How's that different than any of our other interactions? That's how they normally.
Yeah, but next time we require a note from your mom. Lionel Messi.
Yes,
Mike. I thought of you as soon as I saw this. Lionel Messi is going to be playing soccer in Miami. Huh?
I love it. He turned down almost $1 billion from the team over in Saudi Arabia, He's like, "No, I'm gonna go kick it in Miami."
Yeah.
I'm pumped, man. I am pumped for like a 95-year-old Lionel Messi to see what he can do in the MLS.
Too bad he
I
can't play
would.
for the United States in 2026.
Like he'd be like 95 years old.
He's
I
40,
I
but
would
you get my
rather.
point. It comes
That's
now
old in
after he wins the cup.
that's old in sports.
I would rather play in Miami than Saudi Arabia too. Not
My
I
point
know.
is he comes after he wins the cup and retires.
Well, yeah, that's what the MLS is. The MLS is not it's a
I know,
retirement
but
home.
he would be able to play for the United States, basically.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be able to
He
play for
wouldn't?
the US. No. Once
Where's
you
he?
play
Where's he from? Where's he a national of?
Argentine, he's
Oh.
Argentinian. Well, like once you play Derpy, once you play for a national team, that's who you're with. Like now, if he was like had a parent from the US and he lived in Argentina and never played for Argentina, he could have chose his nationality, which one he wants to be on the international stage. But once you play
Okay.
international, that's who you are. Yeah, you can't flip.
You learn something every day.
Yeah, you can't flip flop teams. That's why like people like got pissed that year Lemieux went and played in the Olympics for Canada and got hurt. Like, well, why didn't he play for the US? Like, this is why we always say dumb Americans. We never learn the international rules for anything. We just think whatever we think would apply. I'm not.
I wonder if other countries are dumb a lot. You know what I mean? Like we always say, it always comes back to us dumb Americans. We just don't understand.
We're more confident in our dumbness.
Yeah. Because I don't think everybody else around the world is geniuses, to be honest with you. I don't think people in Argentina or you know what I mean. It's just
but they're smart enough to not broadcast their stupidity. Where we're wrong and confident all the time.
Maybe they're just too poor.
Nah.
You don't think people around the world are poor, Mike?
Oh, they're poor, but we're just dumb and confident.
Yeah,
we need to be dumb and quiet.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's what being American is. We're loud, we're obnoxious,
and I hate it.
Dumb, we're poor.
That's why I hate it.
Beat your ass. We'll walk in and lock the door behind us, roll our sleeves up, and beat your ass.
Yeah, you have to disinfect
like an old mafia
everything
movie.
after we get through here.
Do what?
That's why you have to disinfect everything after we're around.
Yeah.
We're dumb, we're dirty, we're smelly.
That's because Canada. On this day, in 1989. No, it was not. Well, it was the last time that the Pittsburgh Steelers finished in last place. But get this, 1989, guys. Pirates broadcast.
Wow.
Pirates broadcaster Jim Rooker kept his word. The Pittsburgh Pirates were beating the Philadelphia Phillies on this day in 1989, 10-0 in the first inning. And it only reminded me about this because what happened in the game yesterday or 2 days ago with the A's. But 10-0, we were up 10-0. The Pirates were over the Phillies. Jim Rooker says, if the Pirates lose this game, I will walk my ass back from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. The Philadelphia Phillies end up winning this game 15-11. And Jim walks from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. I like that. I like a guy that keeps his word. Yep. I dig that.
I remember that too. God, it was on the news all the time. Him walking there in his dress shoes, the
pirate parrot was there.
Yeah,
the
he
Philadelphia
was just walking.
Thing was there, and
he did his thing, and hey, tip of the cap. And ever since, the announcers have been saying that, making themselves the story. Where that was, just a one-off, offhanded comment. And he's like, "Oh shit, I guess I do got to walk." Yeah. I like it. I remember that.
That's a walk, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What is it, about a 7-hour drive, 6-hour drive? Can you imagine the walk?
Yeah. PA is a big ass state.
It is long wise. If you're going from east to west or west to east, it is a long ass state, dude.
Yes.
Pittsburgh Pirates were in action yesterday, believe it or not. If you want to call that what it was, they played the Oakland A's in the third game in the rubber match of the 3-game series. Smack dab in the middle of this 9-game homestand. As you recall, they swept the Cardinals to start the series. They beat the A's in game 1 of that series. In the last 2 games of the A's series, not so nice to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They lose yesterday, 9-5. Roansy Contreras pitches 1/3 of an inning in his start. Yeah, you heard me right. You don't have to adjust you're not breaking up. He pitched 1/3 of an inning to start. He let up 6 hits, 7 earned runs. He gave up 2 walks and had 1 strikeout. He gets yanked. And then about an inning and a half later, Luis Ortiz basically came in and took the start. Didn't do much better. Gave up in 5 innings pitch. He gave up 10 hits, 2 runs, a couple walks, and a K. What a discouraging ending to that series. I really thought to myself, If it didn't play out the way that it played out yesterday, anything else would have been acceptable. Yesterday was the worst possible way that that game could have went. And you know what? I'm not even going to come back and stick up for them. We're going to keep on them today. There's no reason to sugarcoat what the hell just happened with the Oakland A's.
It was an embarrassment, is what it was. It was an embarrassment. Here's what happened. The Buccos, they kept hearing how the A's are the worst team in baseball.
I hate this when you beat these bad teams because they do that.
Pittsburgh's like, what? We have been bad for a long time. Shut up and hold our beer and watch this. We will show you the worst team in baseball.
Yeah,
and that's what the Buccos were. They reclaimed their role as the worst team in baseball. And in these last two games.
And I'm not even going to combat that. I'm not even going to rebut and say, you know what? Well, we're only a game and a half. Blah, 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 blah. I've been doing that all year. Look what it's gotten us. It's gotten us beaten by the Oakland A's, who has never listen. Nobody has gotten the 50 losses faster in a season ever since 1900, literally since 1900. And we just took an ass whooping. When I sent a picture of the box score in the individual statistics over to Mike about halfway through the game yesterday. Dude, everybody had multiple hits for the A's. Everybody had RBIs. Everybody had runs. I mean, it looked like an all-star lineup against a team that was not an all-star team. It was unbelievable what just happened with this Pittsburgh Pirates team. Unbelievable. Saying that they need this day off today is an understatement. It's an understatement because they have the Mets coming in who isn't playing great baseball. But I could tell you this, the Mets, they spend a hell of a lot more money than the Oakland A's do. And you know what? It doesn't always equal wins and better baseball, but I think we have our work cut out for us this coming weekend, guys.
They do. God.
How do you bounce back from that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how do you bounce back? We can't beat the worst team in baseball. We can't beat the best team in baseball. It's like we have to play everyone that's at our level to be competitive. Because as soon as we go outside of that range, we lose. And this is just it's discouraging. It's disheartening. We have our prize prospect finally got called up to AAA, and he's 23 years old. The Reds call up their prize prospect. He's 21.
He's a beauty. I watched some of his hits, man. Woo!
See, like the Reds, at least it shows that they are trying to improve, try to get better. What are the Buccos trying to do to get better? Nothing. They're just going to throw out the same lineup.
You don't have to develop their game like they used to. I mean, not everybody's a super. These guys are superstars. O'Neal Cruz, this guy from the Reds. I mean, these kids are. Let them play baseball.
Yeah.
Don't waste their career in the mind. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's all about contract control too.
It's
silly. Just bring this guy up. Either at 23, he either has it or he doesn't have it. You should know by now. Whether you're a big leaguer or not. And right now, all they're doing is stunting his development. They're stunting the team's development. They're stunting their playoff.
That would be a great time to put up your graphic, Mike, of the.
Yes, this right here to show your disgust. The Bob Nothing tee.
Make it do that highlight thing that where the.
I'll leave it there. It'll come on. It'll do it like it's saying. It'll flash. We'll keep it right over Derpy.
There it is.
See, there we go. Yes. See. Derpy, you missed part of the show. This is what happens. You've been replaced by the ground.
We put you behind Bob Nothing shirts.
You're lucky I'm allowing you on the screen. I almost had it set up to where non-video participants can only be heard.
All right, leave him alone. Maybe he had emergency situations. Don't
after the kind of day I've had the past 2 days, all feelings are being discarded, except for my own.
Maybe his dog ran away.
Did your dog run away? That'd be kind of sad, actually.
No.
Okay, Derpy, you trying to help you.
But no, buy your Bob Nothing merch to show your displeasure towards him and the Buccos. But no, this front office, it's a joke. Everyone thought, once we fired the last GM, I can't even remember his name because he sucked that bad. We got this new guy coming in and like, oh my God, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to spend so much money. We're going to do things different. They're doing the same exact thing. And it's comical. This is why I didn't buy it when it happened, and I'm laughing at the fans in the media that did buy into the.
You can't laugh at the fans.
Nonsense.
I mean, I know they're literally hoping for a good team they can cheer for. You can't keep.
I can't. No,
you can't keep faulting fans, Mike. That's crazy.
But we've heard the same song and dance all the way back oh my God, remember the 5-year plan under Cam Bonifay? This is the same. Every GM says we're going to do something new. The owner says every couple years, oh yeah, I changed my mind. We're going to do something different, and they don't.
I think
It's
it's, you know,
June.
It's the same. No, it's the same cycle. But Derpy, this is the same cycle of Pirate baseball I've been watching ever
June.
since Bonds, Bonilla, Bell, and all of them left. This has been the same cycle.
this is what we missed yesterday.
It's June.
Well, it is 162
But this
games,
is what they do
or it's
every
June.
year. It's what pretty soon
The
it's
show
gonna be.
almost
Oh, it's
collapsed
just
yesterday,
July. Oh, it's just August. Oh, it's just September. Oh, there's next year. That's Pirate baseball. Oh, it's just May, or it's just April. It's just May, June, July, August, September, October. Oh, well, there's next year. In this
Big
cycle,
stacks.
repeat.
Brian
This
Reynolds
cycle
goes
repeats.
1 for 4 in this game. I believe in a game. You know what? I think he got 1 hit this series. I could be wrong, but in this series against the worst team ever in the history of the league,
Like 1
Big
hit and
stacks
3
Brian
walks.
Reynolds, who gets a
some shit.
$110 million contract, he cannot perform. He can't do anything. He can't produce. This is one of the moves right here. It's gonna really eat at me unless this guy starts
Mhm.
on a tear, because he's getting money
Yeah, he
to
hasn't
be
done
on a
anything.
tear. We're losing to the worst team. He's literally going over in games against the team. The guy had an 8 ERA the other day. Big stacks Brian Reynolds. He got to start doing something. And here's the thing: if he's not doing anything, he's the leader. You know, I mean, you can say what you want about Kutch, but you know, Brian Reynolds, it is what it is at this point. He's the leader of this team. You took that money, you took that contract, you took that responsibility, and this team stinks more now.
It makes no sense. How do you you sign a big contract and all of a sudden
So
you start sucking? What the
yeah,
hell is that sound in the background?
I don't know, but it sounds like it's coming from Derpy's
It's coming
room.
from Derpy.
Derpy, what's going on over there, please?
What's going on over there?
I'm using my Xbox controller. Okay.
Oh, that's not what it sounded like.
No.
It did not sound like it.
I'm using my Xbox controller. Okay. Mike, okay.
That's what the kids are calling
I'm
it
typing.
nowadays.
I'm typing.
Cabrian Hayes did go 3 for 5 with a run yesterday. He is the only one that I could say that is being consistently productive as of late. He is earning his money. Is being the second best player on this team, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, he's
been on a tear. Pirates are off today. They play the Mets. Tomorrow, 7:05 for game 1 of a 3-game series. Like I said, I have a history with the Mets in my past as a child, so this is gonna be a lot of fun for me. I might even get up and see the game this weekend, but that is still to be determined. The Pirates are now a game and a half out in the division. The Reds are 5 games out. The Cubs are in 4th place with a 7.5 game behind position, and also the Cardinals are 8.5 games out of first place in the NL Central. As we speak, the Brewers did win last night. They won 2 in a row over Baltimore. They play the game 3 of 3 today. Maybe we could get a little help because we are off. If Baltimore could lose, we could fall forward into 1 game out of first place. So
that's about all I can hope for from the Buccos anymore. It's just to fall forward, to gain ground by not playing.
And that's what they're doing. They're basically just falling forward when this,
that seems to be our best option is
just
to
kicking the ball, kicking the can down the road, basically. I mean, how long can you survive like this in a sports league? What they're doing,
they can't. This team, they need major changes to the lineup.
A couple minor,
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
A couple minor stories, Mike. I do want to congratulate Arturo Ordonez. He makes the USL Championship Team of the Week for the 2nd week in a row from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and also Coach Bob Lilly is named the USL Championship Coach of the Month. So good for them, guys.
I saw that.
Making a name for themselves here in Pittsburgh. I like it. Also, the Nuggets, they beat the Heat last night in Game 3 in the NBA Finals, 109-94. This puts Denver up 2 games to 1. Game 5 is Friday.
They had 2 players put up triple doubles last night.
It's not looking good.
How can you win against that? That's insane. That's insane.
Also, the Game 3. I'm sorry, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight at 8 o'clock. Yes. The Las Vegas Golden Knights have a 2-0 lead tonight at 8 o'clock. Football guys.
No, Lightning. They're not even in it. Let's go. Let's go Vegas. I don't know why I said Lightning. I was going to say
You could just say
Panthers.
that was a
I was
clip
like,
from last
no,
year's.
not them. The other team and the other Florida team popped into my head. Oh my lordy!
In the NFL, as of this morning, news is released by the Minnesota Vikings.
Why? What are they doing up there?
Minnesota, they're just an organization
He'll go
that
to the
stinks,
Chiefs.
Mike.
$20 million bucks. He'll go to the Chiefs.
They're just an organization that stinks. They're never going to win. They never won. You can't even argue this. These teams, they have bad organizations. Also, the perfect circle is going to be complete, Mike, tonight. The CFL kicks off. The CFL is going to complete the time, the elapsed time from the end of the USFL season to the beginning of the NFL season. There's another football league.
This is the CFL.
Best year of my life ever.
Great. But no, real quick, back to this Delvin Cook thing. The NFC is wide open. Their offense was what carried the Vikings. Their defense is, you have to pray can stop someone. And let's just let go one of the best running backs in the league. He's been to the Pro Bowl the last 4 years. He was almost had the MVP over Lamar Jackson. He's still putting up those numbers. Why get rid of him? This is so stupid.
It's Minnesota, my man.
It wouldn't surprise
Which is another
me. Like
team.
Said, he's look out for Kansas City. Look out for Buffalo Bills to try to make a move for him. Just to strengthen the AFC.
Buffalo could do it too. Yeah.
This is another team that I did. Vikings fan along with the Mets fan. I was a weird little kid, but just something that I learned at a young age. This Vikings team, they just a bad organization. They're just bad. Even when they're really good, they're bad. It's hard to explain.
They make stupid moves, man. It makes no sense.
They really have made no serious run at a Super Bowl since the 70s. I mean, there was the time in the late 90s with Randy Moss and that team, and they go 15-1 and lose in the NFC Championship game to Atlanta. That was their most impressive run. But this team, they just stink. I wouldn't go there. If you want to win football games, you want to win a Super Bowl, I would not go to Minnesota. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. In Pittsburgh camp, in the OTAs, Mark Robinson taking first team reps. I don't know if I would make as much out of this as I would, just considering that they really have to consider the depth situation. You got to give Mark Robinson at this point first team reps, because we're thin at this position. And you know what? If the guys don't get their first team reps, they could very well be in that first team spot.
Yeah.
You know, at any given time, you've got to have him in there getting these first team reps. Am I wrong?
No. It's like you said, he's literally one injury away from having to start, and why not get him out there running with the ones to see if he can, like in a pinch, be that guy to go right away.
Yeah.
Do we have to go out and get someone else? Is it imperative? So I like it. Just remember, this guy's only played linebacker. This is going to be his third year that's playing the linebacker, maybe fourth, because he was a running back in college and he had that damn good senior year playing linebacker. So he's still learning the position, but he's supposed to be a really, really smart guy, really studious when it comes to game film and trying to figure out or trying to learn the position. So
he'll lay a lick on you like nobody else do. That's one thing that I definitely heard about.
Yeah, he has a nose for the ball, and he's not afraid to hit.
Check this out, you guys. I seen this. You all might have seen it as well, but the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, they had the least amount of points given up off of turnovers last year. 23 points. I'm sorry, 23 points with San Francisco. We had 36. Steelers had 36. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So we're very at the bottom of that list with San Francisco, a couple other decent teams, but they only gave up 36. You want to hear some of the high numbers, guys?
Oh, they were off the charts.
You're talking about turnovers costing you games, how big a turnover can be when other teams could capitalize on your mistakes. The very worst team was the Indianapolis Colts, guys. They gave up 123 points off of turnovers last season.
Whew.
That's a team that's unbelievable.
That's
123 points.
Yeah, I was going to try and look up points scored against total.
The Houston Texans, number 2 on the bad end of the spectrum, they given up 96 points off of turnovers last year. The Seahawks 91. Number 4 is a bit of a surprise. Kansas City, the Chiefs gave up 83. you know what? But they're one of these teams where they do a bunch of fancy things, and you know what? If you give up some points, it's okay because they're going to end up scoring more. So this really, that doesn't really concern me with Kansas City. However, Dallas is next on the list. They've given up 82. It would be Denver, Miami, and New Orleans, and the list goes on. But again, it's encouraging somewhat that the defense was able to hold on after turnovers last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers and was only given up 36 points. I think that's pretty impressive. San Francisco, what they did was extremely impressive with 23. You only give up 23 points all season off of turnovers. That's 100 points less than Indianapolis for one, but for two, it's you got to like your chances if those are your numbers.
Why is it so hard to look up key stats for football? Like you type in what you're looking for, and places say, "Oh yeah, we have it for you." You click into it, and they don't have it at all, or it's buried. I just want to know how many points the Steelers gave up total, just to see like where how bad like that Colts team was. But F it, I can't find it.
Yeah. I did put up on the social media this morning, and I think we even talked about this before, but it did pop up in front of my eyes, and it was something random, so I did put it up. Most sacks in the first 6 seasons by NFL players. Reggie White had 95. I'm still in Oakland A's mode here. Reggie White had 95 sacks, guys, in his first 6 seasons. 95.
That's not bad.
Second place would be Demarcus. Was it Demarcus Ware?
Demarcus Ware.
Demarcus Ware. I got D Ware here. D Ware had 80 sacks in his first 6 seasons. 7.5. Can you imagine if TJ Watt wasn't an injury-prone guy? He would definitely be ahead of Ware because he's only 2.5 behind him now. Reggie White's a freak. You can't even put it. But the next one would be Derek Thomas with 77, Bruce Smith 76, and then his TJ's brother JJ 76. So those are your top 6 people sack-wise in the first 6 years of their career. Reggie White 95, Demarcus Ware 80, TJ Watt 77.5, Derek Thomas 77, Bruce Smith 76.5, JJ Watt 76. It's insane that TJ Watt will be left off of any list at this point. I mean, literally nobody's done the numbers that he has except for 2 other people in the history of the game.
Yeah.
So go ahead and keep beefing up this guy up into Cleveland. I am not impressed with him whatsoever. I want to see him have a season better than TJ Watt. When I mean, if TJ Watt plays half a season, he still has better numbers than this guy. I just I don't know. I'm not sold on Myles Garrett at all.
Myles Garrett lives rent free in Steeler fans' heads, and
he really does. And I don't care 2 shits about this guy.
It cracks me up. Everyone's like,
nobody cares 2 shits about this guy.
I get onto it.
He's so
Twitter,
over.
Man.
What's the word?
Twitter,
so
that's
over.
all they cry about is Garrett this, Garrett that.
I don't know anybody that cries about him, Mike. I need to get on your Twitter list. I want to see the things that you're seeing because I definitely don't see. I think you make some of this stuff up and you think it's real.
Crying about Cleveland and stuff.
I've never heard anybody cry about Cleveland.
Maybe if TJ Watt can play an entire season, that would be awesome to help the team to be available. The best ability is availability. TJ, try and stay available.
Yeah, I mean everybody gets hurt, man. It's the NFL. It's a physical game.
He gets hurt all the time. He's on the side.
He obviously doesn't because he has the 3rd best sack number in the history of the game, only behind Reggie White.
He's a great player. He's probably my favorite Steeler, but my God, he's hurt all the flipping time.
I'd like to see one season where he just doesn't get hurt at all.
I know, right?
It's almost hard to believe that could happen. I just can't think that I can't.
Yeah. Even though he doesn't miss a lot of snaps, but when he misses them, they're noticeable. So that's why it feels like he misses more time than he probably actually has.
Derpy, are you playing Diablo?
Maybe.
I think what happened was Derpy probably spent all night playing his new Diablo, didn't fall asleep till like 7 or 8 in the morning, woke up at 2 in the afternoon.
What level are you at, Derpy?
He was like,
what level?
Shit, I slept in, Derpy. What level were you on?
Maybe.
He says maybe level 8, but I'm not sure. I'm not telling you if I'm playing or not. Mike, why don't you go tell everybody about the website, man?
2dumyinzers.com, the number 2 DUMYINZRS.com. You head on over there. Follow links for everything that we have. We also have links to our email address over there, Facebook page, where Ryan posts a bunch of content over on the Facebook page. His Twitter, my Twitter's on there. God, yeah, check it out. Especially check out the back catalog of Two Dum Yinzers to follow along on the journey to see where we started and where we are right now. See the evolution of the show.
Mike, do you have Diablo yet?
Yes, I do. I am actually getting ready to fire this up.
You're playing right now as well.
Once
You
we
have it
are
on
done,
pause, Derpy. You can't see him, so he's
I
just
just
gonna keep
now turned
playing.
my Xbox on. No lie, because once this is
We had to
done,
just trying
I
to see
download
the
the
Diablo
episode
Twitch.
and I edit everything. I do that and I play Diablo at the same time. I'm trying to
Guys,
grind out to
making
level
me
50
nuts.
by the weekend. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm at level like 32 right now.
I do have a New York Mets trivia, guys. Again, day one of the Mets trivia, so this will be the easiest of the trifecta, guys. Day one of the New York Mets derby. Can you hit timeout for 1 second, and we'll try to answer this question, and we'll get you back to your gaming before you know it.
Wow.
All right.
Derpy.
Here we go.
Derpy.
What ballpark did the Mets call home from 1964 to 2008? Guys, this should be very easy. What ballpark did the New York Mets call home from 1964 to 2008? Go ahead, take a moment to think that over. We'll get their answers in just a moment. But do go check out the website, everybody. Lots of cool stuff over there. That's www.twodumyinzers.com. We are live 7 days a week because we are on our summer schedule, which is a 7-day-a-week schedule. Start 11:30 a.m. every day. And the show that we do this particular day will be uploaded at 8 o'clock this evening in podcast form over on Spotify. Don't forget to check that out. All right, guys, the question of the day is a New York Mets question. This is day one because this is who the Pirates will play next, or if that's what you call it, what it is that the Pirates do. But anyway, here is the question of the day. What ballpark did the New York Mets call home from 1964 to 2008? I'm going to start with Big Mike. What do you got, Mike?
I actually have no idea.
Ooh.
Literally, I don't know what it was called. Last thing I remember is I know the Polo Grounds used to be a name of a stadium. I know it wasn't that.
Actually, not a bad guess, but that's not correct. Is that what do you? Ah, man, I shouldn't have told you that. But what do you want to say? What is your choice, Mike?
City Field.
City Field. Is that your final answer?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to lock Mike in on City Field. Derpy, if I could borrow your attention for just a moment.
Maybe.
What ballpark did the New York Mets call home from 1964 to 2008? I do believe that Derpy knows this. Derpy, what do you think?
City Field.
City Field. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and lock you in.
But I have another creative answer.
All right, we'll do the creative answer in 1 sec.
All right.
So the question of the day is this. What ballpark did the Mets call home since 1964 to 2008? Both of the guys said City Field. Not a bad guess, being that it is the field that they currently play in.
Oh.
The answer to the question is Shea Stadium, guys.
Oh,
Shea Stadium.
How could we miss that one?
That's what I thought. I thought this is a gimme.
She said Shea. I'm like, God damn.
All right, I got to ask Derpy now. He's going to do his creative answer. Derpy, what ballpark did the New York Mets call home from 1964 to 2008?
Cursed Field.
Cursed. I like that. All right, Derpy, you're excused. You get your point taken off from yesterday.
Not the Yankees Field.
But the Polo Ground, they was something, Mike, because when I was looking this up, that was one of the, if I would have given you multiple choice, that would have been one of the multiple choices.
Polo Ground was way back when.
So there you have it, everybody. It was a good show today. Again, this is show 330, only 94 days to the opening day kickoff of the Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the San Francisco 49ers. I can't wait. Big Derps, what do you got? You got anything before we take off, man? Any commentary on your game? Are you live? Is anybody watching you? Is this twitching right now? What's going on, man? Are you doing multiple shows at the same time?
Maybe. No.
Derpy is a talent beyond.
I appear on things, yes,
okay,
but not like
right.
Not like this. I like doing this, but
Mike,
that's not my advice today.
Okay. What's your advice? Do you have extra advice, or is that all you got to say?
No, I got Ravens got a running back for a quarterback.
Mike, what do you have before we take off?
Lamar Jackson has won an MVP as a quarterback.
There you
It
go.
was a fluke.
Mike,
Still
you're
matter,
going
baby.
to be playing Diablo today too, Mike?
Oh yeah, I'll be grinding that stuff out today, boys.
Do you do it online as well? Can people watch you play?
No, I don't stream online.
Okay.
No.
And there you
I'm
have it,
not
everybody.
entertaining when I play video games.
This
at all.
is a big promotion for Diablo apparently today. We are not
Actually,
being
like,
paid for these words.
There's a picture, a Diablo billboard in New York, and
I
they
saw
took the
that.
picture and it had the what the sky looks like, and
Mhm.
people are like, you know what, Diablo's advertising campaign's on point right now.
You couldn't have paid for that advertisement. That's amazing.
Exactly.
I saw that. But yes, everybody, we do appreciate everybody for checking
This
us out. We
podcast
hope that
brought
you
to you by
continue to do
Diablo
so.
4.
You're right. But if you have Diablo, go ahead and play tonight. The NHL Stanley Cup Finals continue Game 3. The
Yes.
Vegas Golden Knights versus the Florida Panthers. Of course, the Vegas Golden Knights are up 2-0 in this series. Everybody else seems to be off today as far as teams that we have interest in. The Pirates are having a well-deserved day off. I have nothing else to even say about that. They need about a week off.
They need a whole season off to think
They
about
do.
what they've done.
But so I don't know if it's well deserved. But anyway, do thank everybody for checking us out. For Mike, Derpy, Ryan, the two Dum Yinzers. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See?